Hello, what's going on YouTube here on this nice Tuesday? Sorry I didn't get this video out earlier. I had technical difficulties uploading again, so I'm doing this off my phone. We'll see what's going on with the tablet later. NBA season started tonight. A couple of good games, starting off with Boston and Philadelphia. Uh, Boston ended up winning. They are my pick to come out of the Eastern Conference. Philadelphia would be a second choice as well. But we'll keep tabs on the Eastern Conference and Western Conference as well. Out of the Western Conference, I like Golden State. I like Golden State to possibly three-peat and get their third championship in 4 seasons. So let's see how that goes. Houston, San Antonio, the Lakers obviously with LeBron. So we'll keep tabs on how the NBA season goes for the time being. NASCAR. Got to give two shout-outs, of course. I posted this on the comments, but I'll tell you it as well. Chase Elliott and Eric Almirola have now advanced to the second round of the NASCAR playoffs. We will cut the field from 12 to 8 going into this race in Kansas this week. My pick would be Kevin Harvick, Truex, Martin Truex Jr., Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch. Looks like they will advance as far as their season points is concerned. Some drivers on the bubble: Brad Keselowski, Ryan Blaney, Kyle Larson. So, interesting to see what will happen there. Well, we'll get into baseball and football here in a second, but I want to say please like and subscribe to this channel. I'm on Facebook at Carl Thompson, Facebook and Instagram with the same name, and Snapchat at CT2188. That is CT2188. Okay, so baseball playoffs. The Red Sox took a 2-1 lead over the Astros after winning tonight 8-2. I haven't had the time to look at the Brewers-Dodgers game. I was seeing that the Dodgers were up 1-0 in the fourth inning. Or no, the Brewers tied the game late in the later innings. So if the Brewers win, they go up 3-1 and a chance to close it out tomorrow night. Obviously, Dodgers must win to keep that series tied at 2 games apiece. So keep tabs on how that goes. Also, for the year in college football, including this week, I'm 23 out of 33. In the NFL, 20 out of 31. So I'm thinking I'm doing something right there. But we'll recap. Michigan, there's a lot of upsets in the top 10 for college football this week. Michigan State beating Penn State, knocking them out of the top 10. LSU beating Georgia. Oregon beating Washington. And, of course, West Virginia beating Iowa State. So 4 teams out of the top 10. Whoop, out of it. Michigan State is now ranked again in the top. Look out for Florida; they are now up to 12th, I think. And of course, Michigan beating Wisconsin, but Michigan is now up to number 7 or 6, I think. So with their 38-13 win there. Looking ahead to next week, I got 4 games in mind that I want to pick. Wake Forest is at Florida State. I like Florida State in that game. Colorado at Washington. I think Washington bounces back and wins that one. Clemson and NC State. I think Clemson will get the victory in that one. A good ACC matchup here, but we'll see how that goes. And then Michigan at Michigan State. Obviously, big Michigan fan. I'm going to take blue. But this game is going to be very, very close. I think it always is when these two teams get together. So it's a battle of Michigan. And we'll see how that goes. Like I said last week, 2 out of 5 with Michigan and Oregon. I got those games. USC beat Colorado, Oregon beat Washington, and LSU beats Georgia. So I think LSU and Georgia, you might see that matchup again. I just don't see anybody in the SEC right now really challenging Alabama to the full. Georgia, LSU, maybe even Florida gets up there. You never know. But that's just going to make that intriguing matchup in a couple of weeks between the Georgia Bulldogs and the Florida Gators, which I will be picking. That's a legit pick there. That will be there in a couple of weeks. So be very on the lookout for that. What was I going to say? Hope everybody had a great weekend and a great week. I had an amazing time. Went to the Lightning game this past weekend. It was a really good game. They won 8-2 over the Columbus Blue Jackets, but looking like the Lightning might be in midseason form. A winless team that is surprising a lot of people now is the Detroit Red Wings, off to their worst start in franchise history at 0-6. So things are not looking too promising for them right now, but it's early. So also want to do kind of like on a sad note. Two people in the football industry passed away. Jim Taylor, passed away on Saturday. He was the running back for the Green Bay Packers in the 60s, helped win that first Super Bowl for Green Bay, inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 1975, so he will be missed. And then Paul Allen passed away, the owner of the Seattle Seahawks and the Portland Trail Blazers, lost his battle with cancer yesterday and was 65 years old. And Jim Taylor was, I think, 82 or 81, but don't quote me on that. But they too will be sorely missed. And as we move on, I also want to say that we want to send our condolences out to people that were affected by Hurricane Michael in the Panhandle of Florida. A very strong storm that hit the Panhandle, did a lot of devastation, a lot of damage. Just like a few weeks ago with the hurricane that hit up in South Carolina. So let's just continue to keep them people in our thoughts and prayers. So we move forward to the NFL, and then last week, kind of do a recap on what happened. Philadelphia beat the Giants 34-13 as expected. Miami upset Chicago in overtime on a game-winning field goal with no time left on the clock, 31-28. A very surprising result as Dallas beat Jacksonville 40-7. New England comes doing what they do best at this time of the year, win football games. They beat Kansas City 43-40. Kansas City's first loss of the season. Might see that matchup later on in the playoffs, and then Green Bay winning last night 33-30 to get the win over the 49ers. 10 points in the last 2 minutes for Green Bay to win that one. Aaron Rodgers does what Aaron Rodgers does, is win in the fourth quarter. So I go 3 out of 5 with the upset, so I'm pretty cool about that. Other intriguing games that I looked at here, Atlanta beats Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay fires their defensive coordinator after this game. Atlanta needing to win 2-4. Don't rest yet. Don't throw in the towel yet if you're a Tampa Bay Bucks fan. 2-3, firing the defensive coordinator. Hey, that might be just what they need to get things going. The offense can put up points when they can or when they need to. They are capable of it. If you can't stop anybody, these are going to be shootout wins or shootout games, and hopefully, I don't think they are still in that wild card hunt. As you look at other divisions in football, the Rams and the Saints are pretty much head and shoulders above everybody else in the NFL in the NFC right now. But with that wild card situation, Tampa Bay right in the thick of it. As you look at teams like Carolina that might get that first wild card spot, as if it stands right now, and then you got Minnesota, Green Bay, Washington. All them teams, and Tampa Bay is right there in the thick of it, only a game out. So don't write off the season quite yet, But also Pittsburgh beating Cincinnati. Other games I'm looking at here: Minnesota got back up to 3-2-1, have now won 2 games in a row after beating Philadelphia last week. Rams had a little bit of a scare, but did get by the Broncos 23-20. So some good matchups there. Seattle and Oakland, Seattle crushes Oakland 27-3. Oakland's 1-5. That's what $100 million will get you, is a 1-5 season, I guess. Now they're saying that they might be shopping Amari Cooper. John Gruden says no, they're not. That's what he also said about Khalil Mack. So if history is any indication, yeah, Amari Cooper's out the door. So we move on to next week. We can pretty much say that, I would give shout-outs to probably Rodgers, Brady for their efforts in the primetime games, the last Sunday night and Monday night. And then also give a little kudos to the Washington Redskins. They are a team that haven't lost at home this season, only to Indianapolis now that I think about it. 3-2. A lot of people thought this team wasn't going to do a whole lot, as a stacked NFC East. Has everything played out. Washington is leading this division. That is looking like a very good matchup coming up this week with the Cowboys. But I'm not picking that game. I'm not picking Dallas and Washington. So as we get into the picks, let's pick these games. As everybody knows, we do stickers. So the first game on tap is the Thursday nighter. It is a who cares game because it doesn't matter. It's a 2-4 Broncos going up against the 1-5 Arizona Cardinals. I am taking the Denver Broncos in that one. Again, if you want to pick Arizona, go ahead. These two teams are a combined 3-9. Another intriguing game from London. Tennessee is playing the Chargers. I like what I see out of the Chargers. Tennessee was a playoff team a year ago. Chargers right now it's the Chargers and the Chiefs in that AFC West. Um, it's going to be nice to see them two teams play again. Chargers with the pick on that. Chargers lost to the Chiefs on opening day, and they will get them in Kansas City later in the season. Next game that I'm picking will be my upset. Now, people are saying Baltimore is favored over the New Orleans Saints. Why I say it's an upset is Baltimore has lost 2 games. Saints have only lost 1. It's on the road. New Orleans is at Baltimore. Drew Brees has never beaten the only team Drew Brees has never beaten in his NFL career, the Baltimore Ravens. I don't think it's gonna happen. Baltimore wins. That's my upset for that game. Interesting that if you looked at the NFL schedule when it came out, the Rams and the 49ers were supposed to play on Sunday night for this week. They got flexed out. It'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. And for that one, it looks to be a pretty good game. You got a 4-2 going up against a 5-1. In my opinion, this is the game of the week. But I like the Chiefs to bounce back and take that one. Nothing against Cincinnati. I think if this game was played in Kansas City, I would take the Chiefs. But it's played in Kansas. If it was played in Cincinnati, I would take the Bengals. But it's in Kansas City, I'm taking the Chiefs. Sorry, a little tongue-tied there. And the Monday night game is another who cares game because it's a 1-5 going up against a 2-4. But I think Atlanta gets it going and bounces back. They get back up to 3-4 and beat the New York Giants. The New York Giants are a team that's really in a funk right now because a lot of talent on offense, Eli Manning and this and that. People say bench Eli. I don't really know if I would go that route. I think you pay all that money to Odell Beckham. Somebody's got to straighten this guy out because he is bringing more attention than what needs to be there. If you're going to bring all this attention, you need to win football games. They're not winning football games. Stop being such a, well, I'll call it what it is. Stop being such a little fucking bitch about stuff and actually play. You're a great talent. You're one of the more amazing talents we have seen in quite some time in the NFL. Quit crying to the media that you want things going your way. You got one of the best quarterbacks ever throwing you the football. Go out there, shut up, and play. It's okay if you're frustrated. Tell that to the team, not the news media. Tell that to your coaches. Call players only meeting. Talk to Eli Manning. Do these things. Talk to coaches so you can get back to your winning ways. He's one of the better receivers I've seen in a while. I just don't like his attitude. He reminds me of a Terrell Owens, and that's just the way I see that. But they're not going to win this. I don't think they're going to win this Monday. And now that I say that, Giants probably going to blow them out. That's just the way the NFL works. So I got Denver over Arizona, Chargers over the Titans, Ravens as my upset over the Saints, Kansas City to beat Cincinnati, and Atlanta to beat the Giants. So, like I said, please like and subscribe to this channel. Every week, going to come out with a new episode. So hopefully you stay tuned, subscribe. Again, look me up on Facebook and Instagram at Carl Thompson, and for Snapchat CT2188. Also, check me out on Wake and Play. We're going to be uploading some material we recorded today. Didn't really like the content, but we're going to keep recording. And if you like on Facebook, you can tag me in. We can watch us on Facebook Live. So, and I record with Scott Horton. So, thank you all so much. We'll see you next week, and God bless.